Right peeps, BFA is boring us now. We need some stuff to keep ourselves occupied, so we're doing the Glory to the Ny'alotha Raider achievement. If you've not done it, have a little look. This is how you do the first 6. Please drop me a like and subscribe, that'll help a lot. Let's dig in. So, first one with Wrathion is called Smoke Test. This one's pretty easy. The main thing is you've got to kind of watch that you don't just kill the boss by mistake. The crackling shards that appear in the second phase of Wrathion, that appear from the ground, as you can see there, you need to kill 10 of them within 3 seconds on normal difficulty or higher. All you do is you get 3 guys. We had 2 demon hunters and a monk go into the scales. You'll see them, the big orange circles on the floor. What that does in normal and heroic difficulty is it allows people to just smash through them. Okay, so what we done is we held off everybody attacking them until they'd collected the scales, and then at once they all just steamrolled right through the middle, as you can see there, and everybody else just piled all their AoE damage on top as well, just to make sure, and it was easy peasy for that. Next one we done was Mott. Now, some previous guides had 3 tanks and stuff for this, but you really don't need it. On Mott, what you have to do is defeat Mott after killing a forbidden manifestation. Now, the forbidden manifestation doesn't spawn naturally, you've actually got to force it. How that works is via the normal adds that will spawn throughout the fight. How we done it to avoid killing the boss in the first phase was we just let the first ad that spawned, we just taunted it straight to the boss. What we then done was, when the second ad spawned, we had a tank just take it and just keep it in a pool. So that means it doesn't cast anything, it doesn't do anything, doesn't get damaged, just sits there. And then we just carried on DPSing slowly until the mana bar filled up. You might get a third ad that appears. If you do, then just taunt it straight to the boss and that'll just push you straight over into the second phase. The way to spawn the forbidden manifestation actually happens in this stone phase. What normally happens in most people's strategy is you have the tanks that are running around collecting orbs at this point. You're still doing that, except this time the tank with the ad is going to kite the ad to an orb and let the orb hit the ad. What that'll do is transform it into a forbidden manifestation. All you then need to do is take the ad over to your group that is currently DPSing the stone version of Mott, DPS it down with Mott, kill it, carry on with the fight as normal, and finish it. Job done. We then moved on to Skitra. Skitra is pretty straightforward. The one thing you need to be aware of is the ad that's at the funny point of the map that nobody ever goes to ever and never ever needs to see, apart from this one ad, Disciple of the Prohet. What to do in preparation for this is just clear the way. So make sure that you've got all the ads and all the trash to Skitra. The 2 big sentinel dudes that you normally skip, make sure they're dead, kill the trash in the Skitra room. What we then done was we got a couple of guys to go out and taunt this ad and kite this ad all the way to the boss. What you need to do in order to gain this achievement is defeat Skitra after defeating 3 Disciples of the Prohet on normal or higher. Kite the Disciple of the Prohet all the way to the boss, pull the boss right away. When you've pulled the boss, the ad will actually split into 3. It will do a couple of extra mechanics at that point. The ad will be casting a spell that basically just means you have to spread a little bit because there's a little explosive circle under you. You just need to nuke those 3 down along with the boss. Once those 3 are dead, you continue the fight as normal. Job done. Phase 3 Prohet complete. Hivemind. Now Hivemind, again, it's similar to Skitra in a way that you have to force a spawn of some extra ads, but how you do these is slightly different. You have to find 3 promising specimens around the raid. They're located at slightly different areas. What they look like is just little critters on the ground, and you've got to click them and you'll get a 2-hour buff. Now, don't worry, you don't need to have 1 on each person. You can have all 3 on the same person. They don't extend through death, so if you die, it'll drop off. But they are 2 hours and you should be fine. Where to get them is in the room right outside Hivemind. The other one is right outside Xanesh, and also down near the tentacles at the maw where you go towards Shadowlands, Il'gynoth and Dresdragath. What you do is you click on them, you'll get this buff, make your way to Hivemind and start the fight. You'll start the fight as normal, and then when the first set of ads spawn, what will also spawn are 3 ads that jump out from the person that has the buffs. And all you do, kill them, and then you've satisfied the requirements for that achievement. Kill the boss as normal, That's realizing your potential. Achievement number 4 in the bag. Onto Wrathion, and this is a nice little achievement that has a little play on the mechanics you're already used to in the fight. It's called Isn't It Obelisk. In order to gain that achievement, you have to defeat Wrathion after destroying 2 obelisks with the unstable void. When you enter the room and you've cleared the trash, you will see 2 obelisks on the left and the right side of Wrathion. These need to be destroyed by the unstable void. Now how you do this is kill the Vita orb first, which will then spawn an ad, and you'll have a couple of mechanics to deal with. One of these mechanics is vital for destroying these obelisks. These are the little bouncy void orb things you need one person to soak. How they work, and what a lot of people don't even realise how they work, is they will actually bounce in the direction that your player's facing when they land on you. So as you can see here, I'm standing there waiting to soak it. The second I soak it, what happens is the orb will then travel in the direction I'm facing. So what we done was, I just stood in there, faced the obelisk. As it bounced off me, went straight through the obelisk, blew up. That's 1 down. We then moved over to the right hand side and done exactly the same thing again. That's the achievement requirement satisfied, and we killed the boss as normal. The 6th one with Dark Inquisitor Xanesh. This is called Buzzer Beater. Now this one was quite fun. There are a few ways that I've seen to do this. We done it in this way just because we found it a little bit more fun. So as you should know if you've been reading at all this tier, there is a point in the fight called Void Ritual. You'll get 3 circles and you will need a person to stand in each of those, and those guys then need to run around and score a goal with this orb. You actually have 40 seconds in which to do so once you get this buff. And in order to satisfy this achievement, you need to get 3 orbs into the goal with 3 seconds remaining on the Void Woken buff. Void Woken is the buff that you get when you enter one of those portals. That means you're going to need 3 orbs to spawn. Now if you're doing it on normal, our DPS is pretty high right now, so what you need everybody to do, chill out with their DPS, nobody go crazy. We had the Demon Hunter that would take the first hit on the orb and essentially solo it all the way to the goal. We then had a player standing with his back directly to the goal. I am then standing directly in front of him. What this then does is instead of the ball normally just going straight into the goal with no problems and continuing the fight, it'll actually bounce off the player with his back to the goal and then come straight back to me, and we'll just ping pong it there. We'll just stand still, there's nothing you need to do until the time was running down. With about 5 seconds to go, he moved away from his goalkeeping position and I put it in the back of the net. One little quirky thing on this, if you actually do get the orb into the goal with less than 3 seconds remaining, you will see some confetti fly out from the goal. That kind of gives you an indication that yeah, you've done it successfully. If you don't see that, you're going to have to wait for another one and count it again. Once you've done that 3 times, kill the boss, and then you are golden, and that's your first 6 done and out the way. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe, and we'll have the last 6 out for you within the next couple of days. Thanks, guys. Bye for now.